What's up guys, clutch number 2 just landed. What an exciting experience. Actually, it landed 2 weeks ago from the date I'm doing this video, but don't worry, I grabbed all the footage, show you step-by-step process from A to Z, what I did, how I got her off her eggs, how I set them up. Anybody who wants to start breeding snakes who has never done it before, this video is gonna be for you because it's gonna be a fantastic primer video to kind of get you guys started in the right direction. Let's be very clear, I am not a professional. This is my first season. This is my second clutch ever to arrive. I definitely think I've done a few things right. Maybe there's something that you guys could pull away from this video and kind of push you and guide you in the right direction to get started. Don't be intimidated, it's a lot of fun, it's pretty easy. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's jump into it guys. I wanna show you the amazing clutch that arrived here at JP's Reptiles. Clutch number 2 is on the ground. Here it is, Firefly het clown bred to the Batman ball python male. Quick recap, if you guys are new to the channel, you don't know what a Batman is. It is a leopard spot-nosed clown. He was the star of my season. He bred 5 girls, 4 guaranteed clutches, possibly a 5th. It's looking really good for sometime near the end of the year. I'll keep you guys posted though. We'll make sure that you guys tune in on my Instagram page at JP Reptiles Canada for all of those details. I will keep everybody in the loop. So let's check out this second clutch and show you guys how I set it up. So here she is, my gorgeous Firefly het clown, down on the table. I'm staring right at her and she's wrapped around a gorgeous clutch of eggs and she's looking deeply into my eyes like, yo, who are you? You're really big. You ain't touching my eggs. Come near me and I'm gonna get you. I just take a moment to assess it, and once I feel comfortable, what I do is I put the paper towel in front of her face just to prevent her from striking at me, and I reach around behind her and pull her off of her eggs nice and slowly and gently. Now, one thing that I made sure was that her tail was not hooked underneath the clutch of eggs. Had her tail have been hooked and I just ripped her off, all of a sudden she might dislodge some eggs. You got eggs rolling around like bowling balls inside that tub. Just be mindful of that when you guys are ripping your snake off her eggs. Make sure their tails are not hooked. Now that I got her off her eggs, really exciting because I'm staring right down at the tub and I see 7 beautiful pearly white eggs. This is the moment that all you guys are going to live for when you go ahead and breed your snakes. It just validates in your mind that everything you've done over the last few months preparing for this moment is correct. There's definitely a lot of times where some doubt will come over your mind like, I don't know if I'm doing my temperatures right. I don't know if I'm feeding correctly. What's iterated to me from professionals is there is huge margin for error when it comes to breeding these ball pythons. It's very hard to mess it up. Consistency is more important than perfection. So as long as you guys have a process and you're consistent, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it because I guarantee you guys will have a lot of success. Let's set up these eggs. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I set them up in the egg box. Next step, getting those eggs in an egg box in the incubator to start the incubation process. What we've got here is a 6-quart Sterilite tub from Walmart, and I put some Hatchite at the base. I got about 1.5 inches thick of substrate at the bottom. And what Hatchite is this stuff right here. It comes in a giant bag like this. This is a 20-pound breeder's bag. Brought it up into Canada from the States. Yeah, it's probably overkill. I mean, you guys could go to a local home hardware store and get some vermiculite and mix some water into it. The thing is I was brand new at breeding snakes and I really wanted to give myself the best chance of success possible. I wanted to eliminate as many variables for my first season as possible. This stuff, you don't have to mix any water into it. You just put it in your tub and you're good to go. So again, that's the Hatchite and I'm all set to put the eggs in the box. Touch really fast on something guys. You would have noticed in the last clip I'm actually using egg crate on top of my substrate to separate the eggs from the substrate. This is by all means not required and not necessary. There's a lot of breeders that use the egg crate and there's also a lot of breeders that put the eggs directly on the substrate. It works both ways. I chose to do it this way simply because I saw it in action before and I wanted to make sure that I stuck with what I knew worked. If you guys are new to the channel and you're wondering why we need to put some sort of incubation medium in the base of the tub, it's because these eggs need to incubate in a high humidity environment. So when you put the eggs in the egg boxes and you put them in the incubator, you want to make sure that there's humidity being released, keeping the air nice and moist so it keeps the eggs nice and fresh. If you just put eggs in a box and put it in your incubator, of course the eggs are gonna dry out, they're gonna dimple, and the babies will perish and will die, and that's not a good thing. We don't want that to happen. Another quick point I wanna highlight for you guys is a little bit of criticism on my part. If we actually look at the footage, you'll notice that the incubation medium at the base of my tub was very shallow. It was only about 1.5 inches thick, and that's because I knew that I was gonna be putting egg crate on top of that, and I knew the eggs were gonna go on top of that. And I did not want those eggs to come into contact with the roof of my tub, because during a high humidity environment, when water starts to collect on the roof, it could drip back down on the eggs, causing my eggs to perish. Going forward, I'm gonna try something new. My next clutch that's due, I'm going to not use the egg crate. I'm gonna put the eggs directly on the substrate, and I'm definitely gonna put a thicker, deeper layer of substrate in there, just to guarantee that there's enough humidity being released over the 55 days of incubation that would keep the eggs healthy. Don't be shy, put a nice thick layer in there. I'm criticizing myself on that tub. I feel like I could have gone a little bit deeper, but we're gonna fix that going forward on the third clutch. So far, so good. I'm looking at both egg boxes in my incubator. There's absolutely no issues, but I just wanna be safe for the third clutch. Fun part of the entire process is this next step, which is of course candling the eggs. What you want to do is shut down the lights, get a flashlight, and shine them directly into your eggs to make sure that they were laid correctly. You want to make sure that those veins are facing upwards. Now, I have spoken to a few breeders. Most of the guys that I've talked to have said that even if your eggs are upside down, there's still a very high likelihood of them hatching, but you do increase your odds when the veins are facing upwards. Based on the success of a variety of professionals, I opted to also candle my eggs, checking for those veins, making sure that they are faced upwards, and if mama did a bad job and she had a couple that were upside down, then I could just rotate them really fast before sealing them up. So let's check every single egg, make sure all the eggs are good, and we'll move on to the next process. Happy that the eggs are facing upright and the veins are in the right positions. Next step, of course, is to make sure that they are anchored in position so they do not accidentally roll around inside the incubator. So what I chose to use is some golf tees. Now, if you guys are gonna use golf tees, make sure you do not use wooden ones. Wood in a high heat, high humidity environment is a festering ground for mold, and it can grow a lot of mold spores. So if you're gonna use wood tees, make sure they are plastic tees. You can use plastic straws, you can use anything plastic to anchor those eggs. If your eggs are in the substrate and not sitting on an egg crate, you don't even need to do this process at all. Once they're anchored and you're satisfied, go ahead and take your cling wrap. This is what I've done. Again, you don't have to do this. A lot of breeders do it this way and a lot of breeders don't. I'm following what I was taught by professionals, and the seal method is what seems to work for a lot of people. So I sealed up the tub. I wanna make sure that none of the humidity inside my egg box escapes. I want it to stay nice and moist in there to keep those eggs nice and fresh and looking great. Once I'm happy with that and it's all sealed up, lid goes on, and we're now ready to put away the eggs in the incubator. I really wanted to take the opportunity to kind of show you guys from step A all the way to Z, the entire process of setting up a clutch of eggs. Again, this video is not me claiming to be an expert, just how I've done it, based on a lot of information I've got from a lot of professionals in the industry. And so far, so good. Everything is working. And for everybody who's brand new in the business or has never bred a snake yet, like me, and wants to get involved, I hope this video serves you as a great primer to kind of help you get your feet started and your feet wet. And let me tell you, don't be intimidated, guys. Don't think that it's really hard to do. This whole thing is fun, it's easy, and it's so amazing to see a lot of people, especially getting involved with kids and their families. So before I close off the video, guys, you might be seeing I'm holding my laptop. That's because I want to formally announce the winner for the sensor push giveaway that I announced on my last video. I had to upload comments directly into random.org and randomize it myself because there was quite a few of you guys who got disqualified because you didn't enter properly. I mean, you tagged a friend, but you didn't tell me what you were gonna do with the product, or vice versa. So I uploaded 44 names. There was 44 people that followed the instructions right to a T, and I hit the random, and the grand winner of the sensor push 2 sensors and the wireless Wi-Fi hub is Mr. Eco Reptiles. You are the #1 pick. So Mr. Eco Reptiles, I'm gonna give you a few days to reach out to me on Instagram because I wanna see if you actually watch these videos. But hey, you know what? If I don't get a message from you through the video, don't worry, I will reach out to you, get your personal information, and we'll make sure that we mail out that product to you. So big congratulations, Mr. Eco Reptiles. I will be doing future giveaways, guys. I'm working on getting some more product from a few more companies, so stay tuned for that. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and then be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, follow me on Instagram, and I'll be sure to catch you guys on a future video.